Today our video is... Okay. Hey y'all, today we're going to talk about the commercial closing process. I'm Tiffany Weber, a real estate attorney in North Carolina with Thomas & Weber, and we're going to explain the whole process to you. The commercial real estate process is traditionally much longer than a residential closing, which you can pull off from contract to closing anywhere between 30 and 60 days. But in a commercial transaction, you need a lot more time. That's because there's a lot more details to work out. You are buying this property for some business purpose, so maybe it's an existing building that you're going to use for your business, or maybe it's raw land that you're going to develop. So there's a lot of inspections, a lot of extra considerations to take into account versus buying a home for your primary residence. So you're going to start by negotiating the details. A lot of that's just going to be back and forth discussion between the parties, but you'll get to a point where those terms need to be formalized. So in commercial closings, often that starts with a letter of intent saying these are the basic things we've agreed on. Now we're going to work on the contract and get the rest of the details ironed out. Now, commercial contracts are usually not the standard form that you would find, in a bank of forms for realtors. That's often custom drafted by an attorney because, like I mentioned, all sorts of moving parts in commercial transactions. Well, once you get the contract negotiated, you're going to sign it, of course, but that begins your inspection period. So the similar thing in real estate or residential real estate is called a due diligence period, but you have to be special with commercial and call it an inspection period. So you're going to start performing all the inspections you might need so that you can be sure that you can use the property for your intended purpose. So you may find this great property and you start doing some testing and realize you can't build what you thought you wanted to build on the property. Well, if that's going to make it not worth it for you to do the deal or to have your business there, then you want to be able to back out before you get to the end of the process. So you're going to do all of those inspections during the inspection period, make your choice as to whether you're going to proceed on to closing before that period runs out. During that, the attorney is also performing the title search and delivering what's called title objections to the other party so that the seller can remedy any issues with back title so that they can deliver full clear title to the buyer at closing. At Thomas & Weber, we recommend that everybody has a survey, but especially so in commercial transactions. There are just so many unknowns. You have to think about access that you may have to give adjacent parcels or different right-of-ways that could affect your usage of the property. You're also probably doing some environmental tests during this process. And since we're in Lake Norman, there's a lot of watershed restrictions that you have to be mindful of and follow. So you're going to be determining during that inspection period whether your intended use will follow those regulations. We got to talk about zoning. Usually when you're buying a home as your residence, it's already zoned. You never have to worry about that. But in a commercial transaction, you may find the perfect piece of land, but you can't have your exact business there because it doesn't meet the zoning requirement. So that's another thing that you're trying to sort out during the inspection period. And once you get through all of that, once the inspection period ends, you're just proceeding to closing. That's when a lot of work is being done with your lender, if you have one, to prepare, get all the information from you for your financing and get the loan documents ready to close. And once you get to the actual closing table, if you attend, because a lot of commercial transactions are done from a distance, but if you attend, it's a lot like what you do when you buy your home. So you're with the attorney, learning what all the documents mean, asking any questions you have, then you're signing them and everything's going to go get recorded at the Register of Deeds, so the property will be fully yours. Now, of course, that is not all-inclusive because you can never describe every scenario in just one video. But if this was helpful to you, make sure you subscribe to our channel so we can give you more information just like this. I'm Tiffany Weber, attorney at Thomas & Weber in Mooresville, North Carolina, and we'll see you in the next video. Bam!
Bam!